Hello, this is April again. So in the last video, we did a real quick overview of how to use the Pearltrees website. In this video, I'm going to give you just a real quick overview of how this might be applicable to a classroom. So what I did was I created an assignment. Now, a lot of people that use Discovery Ed are familiar with board builders, and you can say you're working with plants or animals, things like that. Your students can use the Discovery Ed website and search within the Discovery Ed site, or even outside of that, to pull information. They can also do something similar to that here. So if you have a school, for example, that does not subscribe to Discovery Ed, or you find that site a little cumbersome, this is a little bit easier to use. And you can set parameters for your students to follow. So if your students can sign up for a Pearltrees account individually, this would work wonderfully. So what I did here was I've got my Pearltrees account set up, and I've set up class assignment 01. Now this is how I'm going to allow my class to use Pearltrees to engage them in this particular interface. So within class assignment, I have typed out all of the instructions to be for this particular assignment. So I've typed out what it has to have. Put everything in here, and then I shared this, or I could share this, I should say, because I don't have my own classroom yet. I just graduated from my undergrad, so I'll be teaching next year and do intend to use this. You could share this, though. You could post this QR code on your smartboard, and the students could come up. They could scan this if they have, if you have tablets in your classroom. They could easily just scan this QR code, and they would go directly to this particular tree within your Pearltrees account. So they won't be seeing all of your Pearltrees account. They will only come to this one. They won't have the ability to edit it. They'll just have the ability to come here and use this. Now, if you wanted to collaborate with them, you could team up. You could add people to this team. So if you wanted to do one classroom project, which might be kind of neat, each person could add some parts to this board, and you'd have one place where all of the students' research was. That would be pretty neat to do too. You could add members. You could actually add all of your students in here. You're just going to invite people to it. So if they have access to their email, you could invite them to it. But I know at our school, the school that I'll be teaching at, they don't have access to their actual email, but they can scan that QR code and go directly to this this particular page. So here I've given them instructions. I've told them that I want them to do some research on bees. I want them to give me a description of the job that bees have, 3 ways that bees affect life around us, and I want them to find 2 additional pieces of information to share with the class. So I want them specifically to use some of these websites that I've put here, but I also want them to find 2 pieces of their own information. I want them, I gave them some specific things here, that they have to have at least 2 different pictures of bees. They have to have a file with their essay ready. So since you can upload, they would just, click the ad, and they would be able to upload their file directly here. When they want to upload their web pages, they would do so here. If they wanted to create a collection within their own tree, they would do that here. If they wanted to leave me a note, maybe they were struggling with something, or they wanted to remind themselves of something, they could do so here. They could drag and drop their images if they wanted to here. So this pretty easy user interface, even for third, fourth, fifth graders. They can share this back with you, so they can either email this to you. You could have them, log in and pull this up right on your smartboard if you wanted to, so that they could share their information with the class. If you were having them do a presentation, they could do it that way. They could add you and invite you to team up with them. And then you would get an email invitation to join their particular tree within their Pearltrees account. So this might be a really great way to really engage students, maybe at the end of a unit or even at the beginning of a unit, where they could go, when they're done with their morning work, they could go here and maybe find some information about something that you're studying in science or social studies, whatever, pertains to the assignment that you've given them, and kind of start compiling some information that they could share with the class at a later date. So another thing that I thought would be really great here, if you team teach, you could also collaborate with other teachers. Again, you just add them to your particular board. They could add their information in here, change information if they wanted to, if you gave them the permission to do that. And then you could all share this. So if you had 4 teachers in 3rd grade, all 4 of you then could have this same assignment displayed on your smartboard, or share the same assignment with your classes, so that you're all kind of on the same page with the assignment that you're working on. So this was a way that I thought would be a great way to use this to engage students in active learning and active participation in whatever it is that you're doing in science, social studies. You can use this for math, English language arts. You can find stuff. There's all kinds of information about books, different books that they might be reading. If you had them do a project like, we did the Hour of Code project in class, you could ask them to put their web clippings in here and then share it with you, so that you weren't getting a dozen emails with a dozen different web clippings, to show their progress. You could actually just have them share their tree with you. That would be another great way to use your Pearltrees account. So I don't have a student sample to show you because I don't have a student, and schools around us are already out for the year. Actually, I say that that's not true. Today is their last day. So, but there just was not enough time for me to borrow a student. And believe it or not, I don't know any teachers that are using this here yet. So kind of a little handicap when it comes to showing a student work sample here. And I could not find much on YouTube in regards to this. A lot of what I found in regards to Pearltrees on YouTube is in French. So apparently this is a French application. Even the how-to videos are in French on YouTube. So a lot of this I did teach myself. But anyways, real easy to use. I think this would be a great way to engage your students in a safe environment. So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little video, and go sign up for pearltrees.com. Thanks.